I got 46 ways to make you mine, 46 games that you play in my mind.
I know.
46 reasons
Yeah,
that
like
I
thanks for
shouldn't
coming
have
down,
stayed,
like
but
all the
I
way
guess
from
I'm catching
flipping
feelings
Galway.
under
So
46.
yeah.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. So you had a show last night. How did that go?
Fantastic. Shout out to Tara. Shout out to Mango. It was the first ever catchy nightclub, and it was like 90s hip hop music and a mix of Oriental music as well. It was fucking class.
So you lost your voice a bit
So
as well.
good.
Was that
Yeah,
before?
guys,
Like,
disclaimer. My voice is gone. I usually sound hotter than this, so yeah.
was that from performing and shouting and
No,
stuff?
I
or just-
actually, do you know what it is? I think I've talked so much this week that I've like exerted like the talking that I should have been talking at. So I kind of just lost it. But then I remembered I went to the studio before I had my gig. And I did like a 3-hour session.
Were you with Prod Solo and stuff? I think I might have seen that on some
No,
story.
I was with Simba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Simba. And
Seems like it's just a revolving door of people coming through that studio.
that I'm telling you now, if you're not working with Simba, you're not really working. Sorry.
Is he insane?
He
Yeah.
is insane. Like, and he's so fast. And it's just like you will get like the best and the most productive studio session out of him ever. It doesn't matter which one. He never slacks on job. Like, I've been consistently going to him since. Actually, I've worked with him like years ago, but since like last year till now, like consistently going. It just gets better every single time. The sound just enhances every single time. Like, you can just tell the production is like A1.
Yeah.
Plugging him in. Go to Simba Jungle Beam Studio.
Like, this is one thing I was wondering as well. You said you've been working with him for years. Like, how long have you actually been making music? Because I thought I had heard of your stuff before, but have you removed stuff off SoundCloud and the internet and stuff, or
No, my stuff's still there.
still all there? Yeah.
I think, do you know what? To be honest, it's probably under Mai instead of Celaviedmai,
maybe
but I
that's
need
what
to
it is.
check.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. And I was like, when people tell me I can't find your music, I'm just like, well, you're not looking hard enough because my music is right there. No, I'm just joking. No, I think it's probably under Mai rather than Celaviedmai, and then people are confused and I'm probably like, this might not be the same person, so let me not go look. But to be honest, I thought I had a lot of music out, but I don't think I did, to be honest.
I think on Celaviedmai you've got like 4 singles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have that much music out, but I have a lot of music.
It's better almost to have the music that you have on Spotify. It's almost like a showcase of what you can do, because it's like 4 totally different tracks.
Right.
Because that's what we were talking about when we were doing like our picks for Who Wants to Watch. It was like,
oh, by the way, thanks for picking me.
Yeah,
I
no
watched
problem.
the interview and I was like, oh my God, Mom, look at this. I was like, yay, someone's talking about me.
no, but like it's mad. Like the versatility is crazy, and I think that's it's cool that you can like just have a showcase of like four tracks almost to show what different things you can do. But what's the story? Like, have you just been making music since day one, or?
I've been making music for, oh my gosh, I counted like almost 8-9 years now.
Oh shit.
Almost 10. Gosh, I'm old.
You're a vet.
Jeez. Anyways, don't ask me how old I am. Oh my God. But I've been making music for almost 10 years, but it's just, I was in college as well. So I think that's what kind of stopped the progress, because if you go look at like my YouTube or my SoundCloud, you'll see music came out then, and then there was a huge gap and I wasn't doing music, and I kind of came back, and then there was a huge gap and I came back. So technically speaking, I've only been doing music for like 3 years. But I started a while ago, like, you know, and it's just, I think it kind of started from, I wanted to be a singer. I couldn't sing. I wasn't bothered. I was going to do like this whole poetry thing where it was like, I see you when we see us together type of vibe. But then I was like, I can't do that either, you know, so then rapping just kind of came about. So.
And is there a big rap scene in Galway? Like, I know of rappers.
Yeah,
from there,
when I
but
started anyways, I think Galway had a bigger rap scene than Dublin, to be honest. We had a group called Micah Blaze. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. We kind of just all disappeared, but it was huge. And I mean, it was probably one of the biggest rap collectives in Ireland ever.
Shit.
I know the animators were there as well, but I mean, like, it was around that era. So so I'm old. But it was around that era. So we were touring Ireland basically. Like, it was mad. And I never, even at that point, I never had a song out on internet, period.
Really?
I never had it. Everything, I never even recorded in the studio. everything I was spitting was from my head. Like, oh my god, I was
Serious?
actually so cool.
That's mad. So you just
Yeah.
like got this reputation for being able to just like go off the dome.
Right. That's what I used to do. So like I did that with the boys for like maybe like 2-3 years, and then I went to college, and all the boys went to college, and everyone just kind of went and did their own little life.
Was that the main reason for the break then? Just that you didn't have time to do it as well?
I didn't have time, to be honest. I was in such a confusing like space, because it was like I love my parents, but I mean, like, it was kind of like a pressure to, like, you know, go to college, finish college, because it's really important. Bear in mind, I'm not even using my degree, so I'm just like, Mom and Dad, I told you guys I wasn't going to use it anyway, but it is great to have a degree, because you never know what you're going to do in life, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, so I was in a confusing, like, time of my life, because it was like, take school serious, do music, didn't want to disappoint my parents, because like I was the only kid going to school or whatever. I ended up being the first person to graduate college in my whole family, so everyone was like, oh my god, this is so great, this is fantastic, that means everyone could do it. So then I was like, great, I'm just going to finish college, and then I'm going to drop this degree because I don't want to do it anyway, and I'll focus on my music. So basically that's what happened. So I went to college, failed a year, then switched course, so it kind of took me forever to kind of finish college. So that's
Do you think the
basically what
music
happened.
you were making pre-college is a lot different to what you're making now? Like during those sort of 4 years, were you listening to different stuff and sort of developing your sound a little bit more, or your palette?
I feel like I know what my sound is now, even though it doesn't sound like I know what my sound is, because I'm releasing different things. But I think it's just more to show people that I'm not just a rapper. I can actually do anything if I wanted to do anything. But I know. Okay, let me just talk, because, like, you know, I'll give you guys the exclusive, because, like, I like you guys.
Love it.
So I have 2 EPs that is coming out next year.
Right.
I'm not gonna say what dates, but they're done. But one would be what people would expect, and then one is like my sound. Like, that's my definite sound.
Which
So you
one's going
guys-
to come out first?
What you guys would have expected me to do, because I think people are waiting for that. So what your expectations will be met eventually at the start of the year, and then I'll show you guys what my real sound is. I think I've defined my sound. I think it's different. It's not like something people would expect, but it makes sense. If that makes sense.
That's really cool, because it does just take time to work these sort of things out, doesn't
It does. I feel like, you know, as an artist, you just need to explore loads of different sounds, because you really don't know what your sound is if you're just doing the same sound every single time. And I think that's what I've learned from my past and now. I think if I look back, like I always say, like, in terms of writing more lyrical things and being good at like punchlines and I'd say like metaphors and stuff, I think I was harder back then. But I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's just that thing of like, when you're in college, yeah, you're using so much vocabulary all the time, so it just flows. But I think once I stop college, like I'm not really speaking that much. It's almost like as if I'm not like speaking English, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean. You're not using your brain in the same way you're using
not,
it before.
like,
I totally get that.
It's just like, it's just regular talk. Hey, how are you? And that's about it. But like in college, you're really looking up things, like, you know, you're looking up words, you're looking up why this is this and what that and that and all that stuff. So I think in terms of being like more lyrical back then, I think it was way harder. But in terms of more emotions and connecting with people, I'm harder now, if that makes sense in that aspect. So yeah.
Why do you think that the emotional side and maybe more the non-lyric based stuff has taken a while to come through, or is that just something?
I think heartbreak.
Yeah.
I think failed relationships, and just I think life as well, like getting the best of you sometimes as well. Like I don't know, like I always talk about it, like sometimes, I don't know if you guys look at my social media, about like depression and anxiety and all that stuff as well. I think going through that in itself has brought like out a different vulnerable side to me, and I think it kind of reflects through my music now as
100%,
well.
yeah.
You know, so I kind of like that because in a way I get to connect with people, and it makes me realize that I'm not the only person that feels the way I feel, and that it's okay to have those emotions as well. So I like that aspect, actually. You know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
And especially where it's something that you're just creating from your own experience, and then someone
Right.
else on another part of the world can feel those similar feelings and just
Right.
it can resonate with them. It's pretty mental, really.
Isn't it
Yeah.
just? Yeah, and I love that because like I remember when I released Ungrateful, as much as like for me, yeah, at that point in time, it was a song that was emotional, but like lyrically it's not that emotional like compared to like a song I released called Tired, where I'm really like going in depth of what I'm feeling. But like so many people are like, oh my gosh, this song has gotten me through my day and all this stuff. And when you're getting messages like that, you're like, oh my god, you actually listen to my song, one. And then two, you're like, you actually relate. And it's just so cool. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just being an artist is so fulfilling. Like, it's not even, I keep telling people it's not like about the money and all that stuff. It's just that fulfillment of actually being able to connect with someone. It just feels so nice. It's just the most fulfilling feeling to me anyways.
Yeah, I think
You know.
people get attached to you more easily that way as well.
Yeah.
If you have all that life experience, then you can relate to that rather than just like, you know, turning up, or if it's just like party
Right.
music or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's super important, and with, I guess you just know that there's space for everything now in terms of music. Like, you have songs that you can turn up to that you're creating, but you also have stuff that's more emotive. Do you feel compelled to do any sort of anything that you haven't done yet at the moment? Is there stuff that you've got like sort of in the back burner that you want to work on?
No. I was like, why did I think about it so hard? I think I've tried everything. I genuinely, I'm so serious. I've tried everything. And I think at some point in time, I'd love to do like I don't know if documentary or like a TV series or something like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of showing everyone like literally every single sound that I've tried. I've tried Afrobeats. I don't know if you guys like listen to Afrobeats, like Afro swing, like the J Hus type of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else could I say? Yeah, the J Hus type of music. I've tried drill. It is so complicated.
I was gonna say the flows
I
are
just
insane.
it's not for me. I will tell you
Yeah.
now, I can't do drill even if you pay me. It's not for me. I've tried rock music.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I
Yeah.
mean,
When can we expect Celaviedmai X Fall Out Boy coming out?
2021. I really like rock music. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't expect that from me. I really do. I like Fall Out Boy. I love Paramore.
Yeah.
I love well, I don't want to say the 1975 or rock music, but they're kind of like alternative.
Yeah.
Like, I like them, and that's the type of music I kind of listen to. When people ask me like, who's your favorite artist, I'm just like, is this gonna like wreck my street code? Because am I supposed to say hip hop? Because I don't know. But yeah.
do you feel a lot more focused now in the studio then?
Oh yeah. I think, and I say this just from my own experience, getting older, you're way more focused. When you're younger and doing music, you don't really know what you want. I'm not gonna lie, unless something happened to you in life where you just know. But like, oh yeah, I'm way more focused now. The older I'm getting, the more I realize like this is really what I want to do. It's not just a hobby anymore. It's not a thing of I'm just trying to express myself, which I am, but I mean it's not I'm just trying to express myself or whatever. I like literally music is who I am, and I just I'm way more focused about it now,
Do you find yourself like treating it more as a job now, like doing like a certain amount every day and that kind of thing?
Yeah, in a way, but it's not a job where like, oh, I have to do to make money. It's more like a job of if I don't do it, I can't survive, in a sense. I can't explain it
Like
properly,
emotionally.
but emotionally, like
Yeah.
I won't survive without it, and it's something I'm passionate about, and it's something that I love doing. So it doesn't seem like a job. I know it is a job, but it doesn't seem like a job to me.
Yeah.
It's just something I love doing.
Do you find it like therapeutic?
Yeah, it is. And I won't lie to you, for me, I think my music has saved me from a lot of bad times, especially during my depression and during my times of like suicidal modes and all this stuff. Like it really has saved me, and I'm so grateful that I have something to turn to, especially when you're someone who's so closed off and doesn't want to express their emotions or tell people, this is what I'm feeling, this is how I'm feeling, I don't know what to do. So I kind of just put it into my music and I kind of feel better. It does not always make me feel 100% better, but at least like it's a way of expressing that sadness at the time.
Yeah.
You know, even turn up songs, you'd be surprised. Like, you know, I could be depressed, but I could write the hardest turn up song and I'm like, yes, this is fucking fire. So it's one of those, you know. So yeah, it's so therapeutic. That's amazing.
Speaking of the turn up songs, I think we got Confessions is probably like one of our favorite artist songs.
Oh, wait
Yeah.
till you hear my new one.
Really?
I think trust me. Like it's a new song. I won't tell you guys what it's called, but it's a new song, right? So I have 3 kind of turn up songs, but one in particular, everyone, and I mean everyone loves. So I think you guys would really love this one.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm excited for it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm big into Confessions, and I love the other one, Dive, as well. Like that's what we were talking about earlier. Like how different those 2 songs are. You would be I wouldn't be surprised if someone told me it's 2 different people.
Really? Do you
Yeah,
really?
it's-
do
yeah,
I really
like
sound that
Yeah,
different?
because I remember because we listened to Confessions when it came out, and then because we really liked that, we went and listened to the backlog, and then listened to Dive, and we were just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah, it's like you're actually soft and you have emotions.
But it's like you were saying
It's like
that
you're a bad bitch too.
but you can sing though. Like you said that you can't sing before, but you definitely
No,
can.
see, the thing is, you know what's funny with Dive? I think I recorded that in end of 2017 or 2018. So I did this with another girl called Kay, and she's a female producer,
yeah.
fucking fantastic, in Galway. So yeah, at the time, like, I don't know, like the production's a bit different. I know it's good, but it's not like on Simba's level, but it's still good. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, I think maybe that's why I sound different.
Yeah.
Because with Simba's songs, when I record with Simba, you can kind of tell, even though if the sound is a bit different, you can kind of tell it's me, if that makes sense. Just the production level is different.
Did
So-
Simba produce both of the new EPs?
Which one?
The new EPs that are coming out next year?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it all him?
Yeah, it's all him.
Oh, right.
All him.
Do you see that like continuing like after that?
Yes. I think I'm so comfortable with him now. I don't know how to work with anyone else. I've tried. It doesn't really work. I
Yeah.
mean, you can give me beats and whatever, but I won't lie to you. Simba's gonna chop it up, and it's gonna be different. I won't lie. So please don't get offended if you send me beats. It is what it is. It's just I like that sound, and he gets my sound. He's the only person that just gets it. I don't have to explain myself.
Yeah.
We're not sitting down for ages trying to figure anything out. He's just like, do.
Done.
And then we're like, get back to this. Sorry, I nodded there, by the way, if you guys who are listening can. Actually, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so it's just like a nod to each other, and that's it. You know, and I just like that. Like, I feel like I've grown so much as an artist. Like, he will even tell you himself, every time I come into the studio, it's a new person. I'm constantly evolving the whole time. That's why I'm so excited for you guys to hear my music, because it's so good.
That's
good.
dope. And you were saying earlier about this is what you really want to do, and you want to take it as a career path. Like, what obstacles do you see in the way stopping you making it a career, essentially?
Music is expensive, and I will not lie, everyone needs to go get a job and fund their music. I think, well, now I don't think it's an obstacle anymore, because I have a job now, and it's fairly decent, so I can invest into my music. So I'm happy about that. But that was an obstacle initially, money. What else?
Do you think living in Galway is an obstacle in itself, or does that not bother you?
No, because to be honest, a lot of people think I live in Dublin, and I make that shit work for me.
Yeah.
I do. Like, and I for example, this week, I had to come up for an event on Wednesday, and I had to come up this weekend, and I was working, and I work from 8:30 to 5 every single day. So I woke up at 6, I think, to get to work for like 8, and then left work around 5, got the bus to Dublin, got to the event at 7, stayed there until about 1, got the bus home to Galway, slept for 2 hours on the bus, slept for 1 hour at home, woke up, went to work. So that's literally what I do almost every single week. And I keep telling people, it's not about where you live. It's not the distance. It's not nothing. It's your own dedication. If you want to do it, you got to do it. There's no obstacle stopping you except for yourself, you know, and that's what it is. So.
Yeah, I guess maybe it would affect your output as well if you moved away from Galway. Because if you feel at home there and.
See, the thing is, I don't know how people live in Dublin. That's no shade, but it's so busy, and it's so like, I don't want to say heartless, but people aren't as open as it is in Galway. Like, Galway people are just, we're open, like, do you know what I mean? It's just laid back.
Mm-hmm.
And I love laid back lifestyle. That's just, I've been in Galway my whole life, so I don't really know anything else, and I don't really want to move into the city. And if I ever were to move like to Dublin or something, I'd probably have to be in the outskirts, because I can't hack that lifestyle. It's just not for me. I don't like busy. I really hate it. I hate it so much. It just doesn't, for my own mental health as well.
Yeah.
I can't. I find like that lifestyle is lonely to me. It's actually quite lonely to me. And I prefer the whole, like, all our neighbors know each other, and like, you know the neighbors' kids and all that stuff. Like, that's the type of lifestyle I like, as much as I like performing and all that stuff, but I don't want to live in the midst of that. I really can't.
And how do your family feel about your music now? Because I mean, things.
Do you know what? Yeah, when I started rapping, yeah, I remember I used to rap in our laundry room, right? And I was like, I don't know how old I was or whatever. My mom would be like, "Oh, you're always talking to boys on the phone. You're not focused on your studies and all this stuff." And I remember, and I didn't want to tell her that I was rapping or whatever, because it was so cringy then.
Well, she thought you were talking to people on the phone and you were rapping.
Right. Yeah. So she thought I was just hiding away, like, you know. I don't know what she thought I was doing.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm not going to tell you I'm a rapper, like, you know.
Yeah.
So at first, that's what she thought I was doing. And then they found out, and they were like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. But they were like, no, focus on school first, because trust me, one day you actually might need it. And now that I'm older, I understand that they were right. As much as I don't want to tell them, but they were right. And I do see that now having a degree or whatever does kind of help you with certain things, and it does have people respect you a little better. I'm not saying that anyone that doesn't have a degree that you're not respected, but I understand that kind of lifestyle now. But yeah, my parents are cool with it. They're probably my number one fans. My mom gasses me all the time. I remember I had a headline gig in Galway, and my mom got, like, she was like, oh, go get flyers and whatever. And I was like, why though? And she was like, yeah, just go get them. And I remember she handed out the 150 flyers in Galway.
Way.
She stood out. Oh my God, let me not get emotional. She stood out in town handing out my flyers. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just that, like, to have someone that passionate about your music as much as you are, oh Jesus, like, it's such a good feeling. Like, it really, really is. And I'm just, like, to be honest, I always say, I'm so blessed to have the people I have around my life, because so many times I wanted to quit music. Nobody knows. Like, it's like, sometimes it's just like, fuck this shit. Like, I work my ass off. Can't anyone see my dedication? Like, I'm literally putting in so much effort and nothing's working for me. But having people like that around you kind of just reminds you that, like, look, your time is coming. Just enjoy the journey, because the journey is the fun part. It's not the destination. It's the journey. That's the fun part, you know? And yeah, so, like, I'm happy.
Do you have any, like, moments that stick out in your mind of when you thought maybe about not doing it anymore, of like moments that happened and you were like, right, this is why I do it, and like, I'm never going to stop trying to achieve this goal?
Moments where I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, or moments when you realized that was like definitely what you wanted to do in life.
I have a few, but one that stuck out to me the most was I remember I didn't want to do it anymore, and I fully quit. And I said it. I remember I said on social media, I was like, I'm not doing music anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Don't contact me for anything, because I'm not doing shit. I literally said it like that. And then Mona Lisa contacted me. I've been friends with Mona Lisa. Shout out to Girl Code. I've been friends with her for years. But I remember she contacted me, and she was like, do you want to play electric? And I was like the club in Galway, or do you mean the festival? Because like, why would I play the festival? Why would anyone pick me? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then, so I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I wasn't gassed. I was like, it's probably going to be a thing where I get there and then I end up not being able to perform, and I'm just there, so I'm not going to gas it. Like, got there, performed. I remember I did a song where I'm just like, go DJ, that's my DJ. I do that song a lot. And I remember the crowd was just so gassed. And the energy during that set, oh my gosh, if you guys ever watch that performance, every time I watch it, I just like get chills.
Yeah.
Because it was like, that moment for me was like, if I can get that reaction from a crowd that doesn't know me, if I continue and people get to know me, the type of energy that I'm going to get is going to be so fulfilling. And that day, I knew I have to continue. And from that day, I told myself and I promised myself, don't give up. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Something's going to work out. And from that moment, I swear to you, I don't know what, but boom, boom, boom. I was booking shows. It didn't stop even till now. I'm still booking shows. And random opportunities have come my way. Like certain things aren't going to come out till 2020. So I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it or not. Like, so I'm just kind of like, oops, sorry, you said it. I don't care. I watched the podcast. Your problem. I didn't sign a disclaimer, so I'm going to say it anyway. But it's one of those things. So, gosh, guys, like, I don't know. I've come such a long way that I'm so grateful. Like, I don't know, like, it's unreal to me. And I haven't even made it or anything, but like, it's just coming from that point of like, I'm not doing it to get into this point where I'm like, guys, if I go a little bit harder, I probably could get somewhere, That feeling is fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is so fantastic.
It's interesting you said the live show, because I think that's the common theme of other people that we've spoken to about you is always that your live shows are absolutely crazy.
Oh, thank you.
Because we've seen you a bit at Longitude for, I think it was the part of the girl, was it like a girl code takeover, or was it like a sicko thing? I can't remember.
Girl code.
Yeah, because I remember it was like you were saying let's go DJ, that part.
Yeah.
Like I just remember that, and it was just mad, like people going crazy.
Oh, people love that. I like in festivals it does so well, because I think at festivals people are hype, but they also want to do like crowd interaction, and they want to feel like they're part of the experience. And I think when it comes to me performing, I don't want it to be a thing of you're just coming to watch me. I want you to experience what I'm doing. I want you to be part of what I'm doing, because for me, that's us connecting, And it feels nice to be at a performance where you feel like you're part of it. You're not observing. You're part of the performance. And I think that's the difference. I'm not gassing myself, but come to my show December 18th, Workman's Club. But I think that's the difference between my shows and other people's shows. I want you to experience it with me. Like, I want you to experience me, us together. Like, I want us to have a connection. I don't just want you to come and observe. That's the difference, And I think as a performer, that's the difference you need to bring to your live sets. Let people experience it with you. Connect with people, That's the difference of a performer and so just an artist, Like, and to be honest, I would consider myself more a performer than I would an artist, because that's what I'm probably better at than anything. I'm a performer. I like to perform. I like to entertain, So.
Have you? What sort of? I remember seeing a couple of support slots you had for some big artists. Like,
Yes.
what are some of your like favorite moments where you've maybe got to meet like someone that's been pretty inspirational? Did you support Lil Wayne before?
I did. I got to meet Mac Miller. He is
Really?
so fantastic.
That's sick.
Jeez, he is such a nice person. Like, rest in peace. He is lovely. And I mean, sincerely, like, no, I'm not gassing the guy. He is such a nice person.
Where did you meet
Very
him?
nice. 2013.
Were you supporting him?
I was supporting him and Lil Wayne at the 3 Arena, O2 or whatever.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was a crazy ass experience. But I to be honest, I don't think I took it in as well, because I was young and I didn't really think about it that way. But like, now that I look back at it, I'm just like, geez, that's a really big deal.
That's
you
a
know?
huge
But like,
deal.
That's
back
crazy.
then, I didn't, like, back then it wasn't anything to me. It was just regular. But like, now that I think about it, I've done a lot, and I mean, I've done a lot of opening up shows, but I'm opening up slots, but I haven't deeped them that much. So when I say it and I list it, everyone's like, oh my God, that's incredible. But I don't think about it like that, because I live in the moment. I don't look back or forward. I'm just like in the moment. In the moment I experience it, and that's it. But then when I say it back, I'm like, it's been a lot.
Yeah, that's like the highlight of some people's careers.
Yeah, right. And I am very grateful.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm super grateful, but I just never really deeped it like that, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, I've done a lot. I'm so grateful, honestly.
And have you always just been a natural performer? Like, is that you just always felt comfortable on stage? Is
To be
it
honest,
always
I'm
music?
I'm just extra. So like, it doesn't. I don't know if it's because I'm extra or because I like performing, but like, I'm just really there. I'm out there, like, you know. So I think maybe that's what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous?
Oh yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah. And people don't think so, but like me, my DJ. Shout out to my DJ, Henry DJT. Like he knows me so well. Other people don't know when I'm nervous, and my nervousness comes out when I start talking a lot. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous now. That's why I can talk. Like that's the bonus for me. But like I start to talk so much when I get nervous, and people don't understand it. But it's just everything just comes out. I'm like literally just saying loads of stuff all the time. But I get nervous every single show. I'm telling you, every single show. I'm nervous, but I think it's more as well because people have this expectation of me that like, oh my gosh, she's so unreal every time she's performing. So I'm just like, I cannot fuck up, not even one. Wait, am I allowed to curse?
No.
Oh.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna leave. No.
This is cancelled.
I was like, we're gonna blur a lot of F words, but yeah. So I get nervous all the time, and I think you should be nervous. I think it kind of means you care. Well, for me, anyways, I get nervous because I care. So yeah, I get nervous all the time.
I was expecting you to kind of say no, to be honest.
Really?
You seemed like, really natural about it.
Oh no! Oh gosh, no! I overthink a lot of things, and as well, I'm so claustrophobic. So yesterday at my gig, like the stage was basically a box. And mentally, I can't handle it. I start to overanalyze everything. There's certain stages that it makes me even more nervous. I don't like it. I like open stages. I like anything that's big. Like stuff like the O2 Arena would scare a lot of people. But I like it because you're not on me, in a sense. I don't like intimate as much as... I don't like intimate gigs in a way. It's a bit too like you're touching me, or I don't know how to explain it. At the same time, I do want to connect, but I just don't like the physical aspect of it, if that makes sense.
That's interesting. Because I feel like most fans prefer those kind of shows.
Intimate ones.
Yeah.
They do, but I think it's just... I don't know how to explain it.
But from your point of view, like, I can totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
But as
I
like...
hope people understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. It's just, I think it's just a phobia that I have. Like, and I remember I performed somewhere where I was kind of like up and the crowd was way more down than me. That also freaks me out. I don't know why, but it really does. I don't know why. I need to figure that out. It must be a mental thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
But it's interesting you say, like, I think that's a really good point. When you're nervous, it shows you care. And it's like those like butterflies you get, or when you get really amped up about something, you're like, shit. But then when it goes well after, you're just like on such a high, and you would only get that if you did care about it that much.
Right.
Because if you just go in and you sort of blank out the emotions and you just numb yourself to it, you won't enjoy it. Like, part of the enjoyment is being really fucking nervous before and then like nailing whatever it is.
Exactly. Do you know what? I've recently actually watched an interview with Stormzy, and when he was performing, I don't know where he was performing. I think it was Glastonbury.
Oh yeah.
Was it? And he was on a TV show, and he was talking about how nervous he was, and that he thought he fucked up, and he was crying and all that stuff. And just to think that someone as big as him who's so confident, and he killed that set. To think that he was so nervous about it, that means it obviously means any one of us could feel that way. You know, it's just
that's
crazy.
mad, especially with that set, because even people who don't generally listen to hip hop and stuff
he killed it. Like he killed it, and he was saying then he was crying or whatever, and then he watched it back. And he was like, I actually killed it, you know? So I was like, yeah. Sometimes I feel like that as well, where I feel like I have terrible gigs. And then, like, my friends record it for me and whatever. And they're like, what are you talking about? You were really good. Yeah. And I was like, no, I wasn't. I remember I cried at one gig, and I cannot remember which one. I cried. Once I got off stage, I cried. I was like, oh, my God, I was so bad. I didn't feel it. People weren't connecting with me, blah, 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 blah. but my friend recorded it and she showed me, and the crowd was hype.
Yeah.
It's just like, maybe I just couldn't see it. I don't know what it was, but I was like, no one's connecting with me. I can't feel it, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, but she showed me the recording, and I was like, okay, I cried for nothing. I shed tears today. Well, okay. Therapeutic.
But I think that Stormzy anecdote is kind of like, it shows that everybody is just bluffing. Like, everybody's just trying to, like, no one really has their shit figured out, really, do
Exactly.
they? Like, even someone as big as that, because that's like,
Exactly.
I think that's pretty much already confirmed by everybody. It's like an iconic Glastonbury set, and he came off like upset. Like,
Right.
it's mad.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself thinking a lot about how you can do different things, performances, or like different sort of stage designs or things like that?
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I hope to God that, like, in 2020 I can get a bigger stage and do a bigger headline show, because the ideas that I have for that would be like ridiculous. Like, I want it to be like a whole, almost like movie in a sense. I know, like, it's a performance, but like a movie, I want it to have a storyline. I want it to have like everything. I just can't explain it. Like, I have so many,
Like a musical almost.
exactly. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, that's exactly what I want my performances to be like. But again, with production comes money. And that's the problem. Somebody fund me, please. Literally, it is money as well. And just in terms of like creativity, I think I have it there on lock, but it needs to be executed perfectly.
Yeah.
And I need to meet the right people to help me do that. And I'm willing to learn, and I'm open to meeting anybody who can help me make my dream come true. You know,
I think
and
that sounds
hopefully
really
I can
interesting.
help them make their dream come true as well.
Because I think with hip hop shows especially, I think as much as I love going to them, I do get a bit bored sometimes of it just being like a rapper and a DJ and like nothing else really. And I think like introducing those kind of theatrics or like different things.
Did you
would
guys
really
go
improve
to Jafaris's one?
I didn't actually get to go to that one, but he had a whole like
I
interludes with, like, acting and
I was
stuff.
out the country, but I seen it on people's snaps, and if you can feel the energy watching something on somebody's Snapchat, then you know that the person executed that shit. I opened up for him in his show in Galway, and I'm telling you, this guy is a fucking performer.
Oh, yeah.
Jafaris is a fucking performer. Like, he is unreal, hands down. I can probably say hands down after me, of course. No joking. He's definitely top one performer in Ireland. Like, his show is the only show I can go to and be like, I won't zone out. I watched him the whole time. Like, I was like in awe of him, watching him the whole time. I've known him for years, by the way. Like, his name used to be Profile. He was part of our group as well, actually.
Oh,
Michael
really?
Blaze, back in the days. Yeah, he was part of it as well. But what was I gonna say?
I think I haven't seen him perform at one of his own gigs, but we saw him support Goldlink a few weeks ago in Dublin.
How was that?
It was really good, yeah. Well, obviously he's just a support, but he totally commanded everyone's attention. The crowd was getting really into it.
The maddest thing about that though was that he performed nearly all unreleased songs to like a crowd that was there for someone else, and he still got a good reaction. Because if you're going into something and you're like, right, I've got to play all the stuff that everybody will know, so they're on side or whatever. But he was like so confident in his own ability that he went on and played a lot of these like drill tracks he'd been working on that were, you know, no one had known, so no one's going to be able to sing along to them, but everybody was still fucking vibing. Like, it was really fucking good.
Yeah, he started off with that spoken word bit as well. Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah,
That's
I'd
how
love
you
to
know
see him
you're
on
a good
shows.
performer.
Yeah.
If you can go somewhere, perform songs that nobody knows and have people hype, that's what you call a performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an innate thing. Like, I mean, you can practice and you can learn a lot of things, but I think some people just either have it or they don't when it comes to that sort of thing. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks so comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
He looks so relaxed. Like, it looks like it doesn't faze him at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably
And-
one of the nicest gigs I've went to be honest.
Because I went to the like launch party that he did for the album last, or when was it? It was like March or something, and it was a whole like theatrical thing as well. It was so class. But yeah, I think I'd like to see more people in rap music try. Like you said, it's expensive, but try something a bit more theatrical or something a bit more off key. Because even like we've seen JPEG Mafia, and he just used a laptop, but that in itself was almost theatrical, wasn't it? It was like making a statement. I don't need, you know, a DJ doing this or a band. He was just going up, pressing play on iTunes, And on the
Yeah,
tracks,
literally. There's like no one else on
no
Mad.
one else
stage.
there.
Yeah.
So it was like showing that he needed literally nothing but him and his laptop to like make people go crazy. And you never felt that it was like an awkward pause or anything either.
No, it sounds like really corny and stupid.
It does, but it really works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Shit. Look, I have a week to figure this shit out now for my gig. Okay. I was like,
So
that's
you
what
really
you guys want? Okay, do you know what? I'm just gonna bring one mini speaker. I'm just
One
gonna stand
maraca and just like
in the middle.
You just play the beats out of your phone.
And you guys all just have to be quiet, and I'm gonna rap like this. I'm just gonna rap like that. Literally.
I know. But coming around back to like coming into the next year, what is your goals? Like, what are your goals for 2020? Are you the kind of person that writes them down and tries to speak them into existence, or yeah?
I've told everyone I'm gonna be an international superstar in 2020. As much as people like everyone laughs at me, and I'm just like, that's fine. But I'm telling you, I know for a fact I'm gonna be an international superstar in 2020. I don't know how, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like, I've spoke that into existence. I think I've surrounded myself with I have a whole team now. So like, you know, like I'm so grateful for them as well, because they don't expect much from me. They're just there to make sure that my needs are met, and like I have everything I need, and that I'm going about things in the right way. And I'm grateful for them. And I feel like with that type of team around me, and obviously the love for my friends and family, I feel like I'm really gonna make a difference this year. Like, well, next year, like it's gonna be different. I know myself. Even like with the stuff that I've been preparing for 2020, it's different. It is different. And I mean, I think a lot of people, and I don't want to say in a way where I feel like people should have competition, but essentially we do have competition, and it is what it is. And you have to bear in mind that we're not competing with people in Ireland. If you want to make it as a star, you're competing with people in the world, in the whole world. So your sound should be different, and you should be different, and you should be unique, and there should be something different about you. That's what people want. No one wants the same generic thing. Like, you know, every time like a superstar comes up, obviously people will like mimic it and then come out and do the same stuff with them. That's fine. But you want to be the pioneer in what you're doing. You want to be different. You want to be something that people didn't know that they were looking for. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm that. But you just give me a little bit of time to like actually execute it. But I mean, I feel that, like, I know myself, like, I haven't heard anyone like me, but I mean, obviously I can't back it up like now because I haven't dropped anything, but I feel like the moment I do drop what I want to drop, I know for a fact nobody sounds like me. My sound is different. The way I go about things is different. The way I write music is even different. I've been with so many songwriters. I've been with so many producers, and I don't write like anybody else. Like, the way I go about things, even the way I come up with things, it's not like everyone else does, you know? And I think that in itself is different too. So, yeah, I mean,
2020 is going to be different.
2020, gang.
Yeah.
Gonna be an international superstar. There you go, guys. You have it here first. And every time I do an interview, I'm gonna be right here.
We'll get to share this clip in a year and be like,
like she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, no, fingers crossed though. Like, you know, I'm very like excited. I'm open to all the new possibilities that are coming my way.
It sounds really good. I mean, we just want to hear a project, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, trust me. You guys are gonna get it. No, it's just like 2019, I think, was just a year for me to kind of try different things. I've told myself, even like when even 2 years ago, I told myself 2020 is when it's gonna happen for me. Just these years just take time to kind of figure out, not even just the music side, but I think my personal life as well, and my mental health, because I told myself, if I'm not where I want to be mentally, there is no point of me doing anything, because I'm not going to give it my all, and I'm not going to do it the way I want to. So for me, mostly, especially this year, it was just to sort out myself mentally, because I was not with it. I was not with it at all. And I told myself I need to fix that first, because I can't connect with anybody if I'm not mentally okay. I can't do anything if I'm not mentally okay. So that was my main priority first. And the blessing out of that whole chaotic time of my life was that I've come up with so many different sounds. I have so much music. I have so much content. And that was the blessing in the darkness of the times that I was going through, which was amazing. And I'm glad that I get to share that in 2020.
Yeah.
You know?
That's incredible, and it's you don't really get that perspective until you're able to look back on it, really.
Oh yeah. Like, you know, you sometimes, like, when you're going through something, you kind of laugh and you're you're kind of sad, but then when you look back at it, you're kind of like, bitch, why the fuck were you sad? It wasn't even that bad. But you know, it's great. It's great. Oh, I'm so excited, guys.
Yeah, no, we're excited too. Yeah, like I think we can leave it there. Like I like really appreciate you coming down and fucking hype for 2020 now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm so glad that you guys are hyped. You guys look so hyped.
Genuinely, yeah. Show us it off camera.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming through. All your socials and all will be in the link in the bio.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody keep an eye out for tunes coming in 2020. And yeah, thanks very much
Thanks
for
for
coming.
having me, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Cheers.